was founded Tobacco Mechanical Corporation, and through the acquisition process, which occurred in October of 2023, I had probably 1,000 questions and concerns about the transition. Had no experience with it, had no knowledge of it, had no idea what to expect. As I moved forward through the progress, I learned a lot about the transaction, and then the Modigent people, including Dan and Bill, gave me a lot of confidence in moving forward. I was looking particularly for someone that I could feel a level of trust with, and I hoped that they would develop a level of trust with me and Tobacco Mechanical Corporation. We were able to do that through the 3 to 4 months of due diligence, and all my questions were answered, but the most important thing to me was what would happen to my personnel. And Dan gave me great assurance that our personnel would be treated just as well, if not better, as they had been for the previous 40 years.
When we were purchased by Modigent, initially it was just continue doing business as usual. And then as time went on, there was just slow and steady integration. We just started having these meetings initially where I was interacting with leadership, and then eventually it turned into, the pay core. So we got our employees over to the benefit package, and now we're moving on to the IT stack, which, is literally going to be almost 2 years after the purchase. So I think just the slow, steady, consistent integration has been helpful for sure, and it hasn't felt overbearing.
I think one of the main items with Modigent early on was being able to work with a leadership team that really cared about our people. And it was a collaborative effort anytime that there was a suggestion of technology or innovation that we could work with in our business to become better. I didn't feel at any point that anything was being forced or pushed upon us or our team, but rather suggestions that were being made from industry professionals to help make our team even better and stronger for future growth.
And with the partnership with ProCraft just down the road, we've been able to share opportunities and leverage each other's client base. So ProCraft has a client base that's different than Timberline's, and Timberline has a client base that's different than ProCraft. So we have all these customers that we've had the service relationship with, and from time to time they want to do like an infrastructure solutions project, and so we'll send that opportunity down to ProCraft. And then ProCraft also has clients, and as they're building these buildings or doing these remodels or whatever they're doing, they'll point them towards us, and that relationship has been really good. And then as far as other operating companies outside of our region, I've worked with Jason Sullivan out of Pueblo, and we've looked at a couple centrifugal opportunities where centrifugal maintenance contract opportunities where they have actually on-site applied technicians that have specific training on these machines. So, and he's offered to send out a tech, for startups, initial spring startups, and that hasn't actually happened yet because we weren't awarded that contract. But just the idea that we have that bandwidth has been really good for sure.
Personal and professional benefits to Terrell Barton have been the ability for me to release the responsibility of the whole organization to me. Releasing that responsibility has allowed me to lay my head on the pillow at night and go to sleep without worrying about all the what-ifs might go wrong. And those are very frequent in the construction industry, as we've discussed in the past. So that has been the personal advancement that I've been able to receive. Well, I got into this business really because I enjoyed the working, the physical aspect of it. I enjoyed the opportunity to create something and look behind me and see that I put in 100 feet of pipe underground. And then as we grew and grew and I had more responsibilities that were really, frankly, more important. Now with Modigent taking over those responsibilities, it allows me to get out and do exactly what I like to do. And that's being in the field with the guys, putting my hands on the pipe valves and fittings, trying to help out where I can, and helping people not only with their professional lives, but their personal lives as well.
The biggest change that's helped me personally and professionally, I think, is the people at Modigent. Dealing with industry professionals, I feel like we have the best in class. And when I say that, it's not just the mechanical installers, but that's a large part of this. Is if you have any mechanical question, system question specifically, somebody in the company can answer that question. But we have great resources. I'm talking about HR, accounting, sales, marketing. Anytime you have a question about, hey, what's the best practice in the industry, somebody has an answer. And the answer that you're going to get, I feel confident, is best in class.